The Rock Metal Podcast, Episode 11, Pulvis Et Umbra. Alright, boom, I'm recording, so let's rock and roll! Or metal and roll. Rock and roll, metal and roll.
It's fine anyway.
Very cool. Alright, Rock Metal Nation, I've got on the line today Pulvis Et Umbra, an Italian death metal band, and I am super stoked to have them on, and I am joined specifically today by, well, the guy who makes up Pulvis Et Umbra, Dami. Dami, welcome to the show.
Okay, welcome as well, and welcome to my Italian room, and let's have some chatting fun.
Fantastic. All right, Dami, why don't you tell Rock Metal Nation a bit about yourself and what inspired you to get into music?
Okay, well, I think it started everything with my sister because she was into spend some summer holidays in UK, and I neither into rock or nothing. So she brought me a Metallica tape, the Black Album or Metallica, people call it in both ways. And then when I got some kind of a revelation when I hear that music, because it was totally different from the stuff I listened before. So it sounds quite cool. Then I said, damn, that's what I want to do in my free time, or maybe as a whole lifetime. So I decided I moved to other bands like AC/DC, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, and buy other releases. And then I made a paper guitar, and I played some playback songs in front of my father while he was dinner, and he says to me, maybe you should get a real guitar. So the birthday after, I got my first guitar, and I was 11 years old, and that's how I was into metal music.
Fantastic. Yeah, 11 years old, getting that first guitar, having that revelation from Metallica. I know exactly what that's like. First time I heard Metallica, I was floored. I was like, what is this?
Yeah, exactly.
I had already been playing the guitar, though, at that point. So, I was playing all the stuff that they have you play when you first learn how to play the guitar, which was not Metallica. And after I heard Metallica, I was like, that is where I need to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
absolutely agree. Well, if you also want have some information about how the band grew up till the beginning from now, I can also tell you a kind of short summary of the whole lifetime of the band.
Yeah, because one of the questions I'd have is, like, what's the story behind the band? 'Cause I know it's just you, but how did you decide to come up with it? What's the story behind it?
Yeah, actually, it's me, but we have to go back in 2002 when I was still at school and having a sort of local band with some schoolmates, and we got some kind of thrash death metal band, and we just practice in just close to school. And when the project start to become how seriously, some people left. So then I realized that I didn't have the good people to start from a new band. So I quit as well, and I tried to run a new band with other people. And even if I was already into some black or death metal stuff, the original idea was to a sort of mix between Racer X, Judas Priest, and Gamma Ray. A sort of jamming metal. Then when I hear some stuff about In Flames and Children of Bodom, I say, wow, that's definitely the point I was looking for. How to mix melodic stuff and extreme music, especially with the album Colony of In Flames. And I think it's probably the main album that inspired me in move into death metal.
Yeah, that's one of the better albums, I think, where he starts to really get very melodic, but at the same time still being incredibly heavy. That Colony from In Flames, it's Pinball Map is on that one, isn't it? Or am I confusing that with a different?
No, that is on the Clayman album.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. All right, so my In Flames trivia on the In Flames trivia podcast is kind of just like,
Yeah, no problem.
boom. All right.
Not our fault.
Yeah, no. What inspired the name Pulvis Et Umbra?
As I told you before, I found this name into a Latin dictionary, and I tried to translate the name in English, but it doesn't fit, in my opinion, for the band. So I decided to keep it. Maybe also due to the fact that Latin is originally from the ancient Roman Empire. I decided to keep something in the band which was related to my country.
Yeah, to your heritage there. The Roman.
Yeah, you can call it a sort of a traditional way to keep something in the metal band.
Exactly. And so for Rock Relation listening in English, it is Dust and Shadow, correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Pulvis Et Umbra definitely has a more metal-esque ring, and especially with it being a part of your heritage, I think it's got a good connection to it as well.
Well, thank you.
Now, when you get together to write songs, what's that process like? I mean, obviously, as a guitar player, I'm guessing you start with guitars. I mean, how does the whole thing work?
Yeah. Okay, so the fact is, after we record the first album, we already got the first people who start quitting the band. So I came to a point in which I was sick to find still replacing people and teach them how to perform the song, tabbing once again the song. So I decided to find some session musician and perform everything in the studio. So in my opinion, it's a way to work in a professional way on the live session, because usually session player are more trained and can always teach you something. And yeah, absolutely, because all the session musicians I play with actually are younger than me, and they're skilled and really trained in instruments and other stuff. For example, one of him got recently a luthiery, so he also made guitars. So he is really focusing to also reparation of the instrument. While on the other side, having the concept of a one-man band, I don't have to waste the time in waiting. Okay, so let's hope that guy next week could record some guitar parts. So I can record everything at my home, and it means earn money, time, and more school.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just need to work external for the vocal recording, because I prefer to record them in a studio of a friend of mine, but it's 10 kilometers from here, so that's perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's like being in bands that would obviously, been in a lot of bands over the years that have gone up and gone down and gone up and gone down, and I'd always look at DJs like Armin van Buuren and be like, you know what, like, he's just himself, man. Like, he's just got him. That's why he just rolls. Look at Tiesto. I'm like, that's why he just rolls, Who else is in? Actually, there's quite a few in rock and metal that do it. Trent Reznor of Nine Inch Nails, for example, is one that a lot of people didn't know that until recently. He was completely by himself and was making radio hits. So definitely more than possible. Speaking of that songwriting process, let's go ahead and get into the first track, Atmosfear.
You're
yeah, let's play some stuff.
Play some stuff. All right, so speaking of playing stuff, we just played Atmosfear. What was the inspiration behind Atmosfear, or the story behind Atmosfear?
Okay, the point is that in each album I wanna keep a song related to space mission, because I'm a huge fan of space mission, from the Mercury program, the Soviet space program, the Apollo mission, and in the previous album there was a song which was talking about something related to space. For example, in the debut album, I wrote a song titled "Cosmonaut," which talks about Gagarin. Then on the other release, I wrote a song about the Apollo 13, and the song was called "Lost Moon." I think it also the same title of the book written by Jim Lovell, the astronaut. And actually, the concept behind Atmosfear was a concept about an astronaut which is totally left in space and watched the entire planet Earth die. So he became the last survivor of the human race, and is actually lost in space. And the point is he tried to realize how to move on, how to survive, and at the same time how to not being so focused about anxiety, fear, because being alone in space with meteorites and other stuff. I try to write also on the more catastrophic point in the song, but the main concept is there.
Yeah. So basically, last mission basically out into space and watching the Earth die, and being the last surviving human being, and that tank of oxygen is all you've got, as well as the protein pills and whatever else that they have going on.
Yeah, could probably be me.
Yeah, actually, I was recently on a plane, and one of the movies that was on the plane was The Martian, if I remember correctly, and it's about the guy who was stranded on Mars and figures out how to survive and starts growing crops and things like that. So it kind of reminded me of that because of space exploration and he wasn't the last human, right? But he was in a situation where he had to become resourceful and figure out how to handle things and make things work. And definitely a very cool topic. Let's go ahead and get into, speaking of Atmosfear, let's move right on into End of Emptiness.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm coming back from End of Emptiness. Let's talk about the same question. What's the story behind End of Emptiness?
Okay, this song "End of Emptiness," it's it's definitely quite different because I usually wrote main lyrics about personal mood or personal point of view about how I see the world and society outside, and
So it's a good view
I
of the world, right? It's very positive, very uplifting.
yeah, yeah. There's no My Little Pony or other stuff, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I think also that the negative feeling, if you want to call them, that are shared with my music, help me in spread and free myself from my demons, my anxiety. That's why I wrote some kind of focus lyrics about sad moods. The song "End of Emptiness" is a quite of a reflection point when you try to figure out what's happening outside and actually also what's going on inside you when you reach a point in which you cannot realize it, even what's happening around you and what's happening inside you. So there's a mix of mood that makes you kind of disturb you. You cannot think in a correct way and try to imagine a positive view of the of life. So, especially when I say ocean without waters, that's what I see, and other stuff is also probably related to also to the fact to describe how emotions and feelings can destroy a person from the inside.
Yeah, emotions and feelings destroying a person from the inside.
Well, that's too serious. That's not me.
That's dark. I don't even know where that one came from. But no, it's like End of Emptiness, right? Reaching that point at which you, as you're saying, you cannot realize or see really what's going on outside or inside, and therefore cannot think in a correct way. And then, as we ominously said, emotions and feelings destroying a person from the inside. Very deep, very metal.
Yeah, very sad. That's what we end up.
yeah, very good stuff. What exciting news, Dummy, do you have coming down the pipeline? Any new tracks, any new albums coming up, music videos, anything like that?
Yeah, exactly. I'm actually working on some new track for the new album, and I already have the album artwork for the new release. Actually, if everything will goes on the good way, the new album will be ready on December, or probably not quite far from the end of the year, because actually half of the drum parts are already recorded, as well as bass guitar. So I'm actually recording some guitars, and after I got everything finished as pre-production, I just need to make some rearrangement, and then I start to write on lyrics, and I can start to introduce you as a first worldwide news that nobody actually knows beside me. Yeah, exactly. There will be a featuring on the new album. I asked to a singer from a South African band named E011 to make a featuring in the new album. So that's pretty cool, because we actually have had a good feedback with South African metalheads during the first show we did there. So we'll probably cool us for make propaganda, support each other as a band.
Yeah, well,
I'm not into some make a featuring with famous artists. I mean, I was born in the underground scene, and I like to keep consider myself as an underground musician. There's some more respect and clear relationship between bands and musicians.
Sure, absolutely. And it's honestly one of the only ways to be, I guess, successful in any way you want to, but underground or above ground, is to get that networking in there and have everybody working with each other, right? Absolutely. All right, so basically, Rock Metal Nation, look for new tracks and albums and everything else coming from Pulvis Et Umbra by the end of the year. As you said, so you got half the drum tracks recorded, you got guitars recorded, starting to work on them lyrics and things like that.
Yeah, and if you don't know anything new before the end of the year, you can complain me about the delay, and I will let you forgive me giving some MP3 stuff about the band. So
Yeah, write to you personally and say,
it will be better for you all that I will some delay, so you can get free music.
Exactly. I'd say,
definitely.
Dami, I listened to the Rock Metal podcast, and you said you were going to have stuff by the end of the year, and it is the end of the year. Did you mean 2016, or did you mean 2017? But anyway, no, it'll be good. So definitely, because you're by yourself, if you're
That's a good idea. I can say end of the new century. Yeah. Oh, when we'll be ready, I will give you a call.
Exactly. Fantastic. All right. So how can Rock Metal Nation keep up with you or find out more about you so that you can get all of your updates, especially with regard to this new album that's going to be coming out?
Yeah, actually, that's a good point, because of the fact about having a name band as Pulvis Et Umbra is not necessarily the first result that you can have on Google when you search for some metal bands, because usually it relates you about some Latin stuff and other things. So I think that actually for checking out us, you can find you can check out all the Facebook page, which are facebook.com/Pulvis Et Umbra official, or you can find us on twitter.com Pulvis _et_umbra, or just try to find some of our stuff on YouTube.
Okay, fantastic. All right, so basically you are conquering the social media world. So Rock Metal Nation, pick your favorite social media, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, look up Pulvis Et Umbra, and, well, you can subscribe, you can follow, you can like, you can do whatever it is that you do on each one of those social media channels.
Yeah, absolutely. And feel free to anyone to drop us a message or an email, because I like to answer any time to email or message. I think it's more important, beside music, to keep in touch with people who drop you a line, even just for passing for a greetings. I think it's correct and respectful for the person.
Absolutely. All right, well, Dami, unless you've got anything else you want to throw out there for Rock Metal Nation, I just wanted to thank you for coming on and taking time out of your day to share your creativity with Rock Metal Nation.
Okay, so for first, I will fly into the email so we can have a tea together and having some headbanging and drunken stuff later. I will thank you for this opportunity about having the Skype interview. It was the first Skype interview of my life, so I think that everything was quite pretty clear about what I said. So I will mail you back about everything.
I was going to say, was it everything that you thought it would be?
If you want some tips about visiting Italy and need some accommodation, where to contact me, so we can make you test some red wine and inviting you at rehearsal, so you can spend some time with us and the band. So.
Alright, Rock Metal Nation, hopefully you just found your new favorite band in Pulvis Et Umbra. Big thanks again for them for coming on and sharing their music with us. Make sure to head to www.therockmetalpodcast.ca to check out all the information from the show you just heard today. And until then, rock on, Rock Metal Nation.